Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping directly into the war room of a high-stakes digital contest, analyzing Idris Busari's campaign for the People's Artist 2026. And I'll tell you right now, this isn't just an art competition, it's an absolute masterclass in grassroots digital mobilization. Whether you're an artist, a creator, or a founder, the tactics we're about to unpack are completely adaptable to your own goals. We're going to look right under the hood of a live campaign. We'll see exactly how a team uses social media, manufactured urgency, and compelling storytelling to rally a digital community when literally everything is on the line. So, right now, Idris is sitting at number 6. He's in 6th place in his group. And honestly, that is the most dangerous position you can possibly hold in a contest like this. It's the bubble. It's the exact threshold of failure. In a competition where advancing relies entirely on total qualifying votes, staying at number 6 means that despite all the incredible art and all the massive outreach effort, the journey just ends here. Which brings us to 5. 5 is the promised land. Idris has to break into the top 5 by a grueling, incredibly strict deadline. Thursday, June 4th at exactly 7 p.m. Pacific time, or he is out. Talk about a pressure cooker, right? I mean, have you ever tried to mobilize an audience while a literal clock is ticking down? It is definitely not a walk in the park. The entire digital strategy we are about to break down is hyper-focused on one single objective, bridging that agonizing gap between 6th and 5th place before time runs out. Let's start with Section 1, Meet the Candidate, and take a look at Idris Busari's artistic foundation. Before we dive into the playbook, we really need to understand the person driving this movement. Idris uses his background growing up in Nigeria to fuel art that explores some really poignant social and global issues. But he doesn't approach these heavy topics through a lens of despair. Actually, he puts it perfectly himself. He says his art aims to inspire positive change and acts like a warm hug for your soul. That emotional hook is absolutely critical. When you're asking people to stop scrolling, take time out of their busy day, and vote for you, offering them a genuine sense of warmth and hope is a remarkably powerful motivator. Plus, he's not starting from zero. He already has the social proof you need to convince new voters to jump on board. He's a 2-time Art Prize alum specializing in photography and mixed media. His key works, like Sing for Joy and Main Street America, really show off his ability to capture the human experience. Oh, and check this out. He's a digital local guide with 22 million views on Google Maps. 22 million. So yeah, he already fundamentally understands how to capture digital attention at scale. All right, moving to Section 2, the contest battlefield. Let's look at the mechanics of The People's Artist, presented by Johnny Depp. This is where the strategy gets really interesting, because it's a dual voting system. On one hand, you have free votes. 1 vote per person every 24 hours. That means the campaign has to relentlessly remind people to come back every single day. On the other hand, you have paid votes. These are $1 per vote, and the money goes to support an amazing charity called the Art of Elysium, which helps people heal through art. Going into this critical June 4th deadline, Idris is sitting at about 170 paid votes and 20 free votes. So he's got a foundation, sure, but to jump to the top 5, he needs a massive, immediate surge. And when you look at the fundraising breakdown on the Colossal platform, the math is incredibly straightforward. A $10 donation is 10 votes. $100 gets you 100 votes. This tells us that Idris's campaign can't just rely on sheer numbers of casual followers. They really need to identify and activate higher-tier donors, people who deeply believe in his vision as an artist and in the charity's mission to heal through art. So how do they do that? Section 3, the campaign playbook. Let's unpack this social media and video strategy. It's kind of the holy grail question for any digital creator, right? What actually makes a winning social media post? How do you convert a passive scroller into a dedicated daily voter? Because in a feed that is just completely saturated with content, a simple, "Hey, please vote for me," is basically invisible. It's just background noise. You have to use a much more sophisticated, psychological approach to break through. You do it with variety and relentless consistency. The campaign posts 4 to 6 times a day, but they mix it up. They use a manufactured urgent push, like 48 hours left to break into the top 5. Then they'll pivot to an inspirational story about his journey from Nigeria. Next, maybe a fun, trending POE format, followed by genuine gratitude, thanking the community for helping him climb. If you just scream, "Vote for me," 6 times a day, people will unfollow you immediately. But mixing urgency, storytelling, and gratitude, that actually builds a relationship. And notice, every single post drives right back to that direct voting link, no exceptions. For their short-form video strategy on TikTok and Reels, They follow a hyper-optimized three-step formula. Step 1 is the hook. You've got exactly 3 seconds before that thumb swipes up. They use a fast zoom and a line like, "I'm in 6th, but not for long," instantly establishing this compelling underdog narrative. Step 2 is the story, validating that intention by showcasing his stunning artwork. And step 3 is the call to action. Big, bold text telling you exactly what to do. Free vote every 24 hours, pointing straight to the link in his bio. Even the static graphics are incredibly strategic. Listen to this actual image generation prompt from their playbook. Dark, elegant background with dramatic golden spotlight beams. Large, bold white text. Bright urgency banner. This isn't just snapping a quick selfie and throwing some text over it. They are intentionally using warm golds, deep contrasts, and high urgency red to create a premium, cinematic feel. It subliminally tells the viewer, this is a serious candidate. This is an artist who is worthy of your time and your money. It's amazing how much the visual weight of a post changes our willingness to actually click on it. Which leads us to Section 4, the ultimate prize. Why does this digital sprint even matter in the first place? Well, for starters, it's a $25,000 cash prize. Winning this would allow Idris to achieve a huge goal, building a mini gallery and having over 50 pieces on standby, ensuring he never misses another exhibition opportunity due to a lack of inventory. It's true capacity building. Add in a feature in the prestigious Art Forum magazine and a showcase at the Art of Elysium Salon in LA, and you're looking at a completely career-altering launchpad. The campaign highlights these prizes to remind voters that they aren't just clicking a button, they're literally funding an artist's entire future. But here is the absolute kicker of this whole competition. Surviving that June 4th deadline, it's just one battle. If you look at this timeline, you'll see it's a multi-month war of attrition. And in the later rounds, the advancing artists get regrouped and the votes reset completely to 0. Yeah, 0. You cannot rest on your past momentum. This entire massive mobilization effort we've just studied has to be repeated, scaled up, and executed flawlessly, round after round, all the way until July 9th. It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Is a perfectly crafted digital blueprint actually enough to rally the masses and propel an underdog to the very top? We've seen the gorgeous art. We've broken down the voting mechanics, and we've unpacked a hyper-optimized social playbook built to push Idris Busari from 6th into the top 5 and beyond. But at the end of the day, digital campaigns are just tools. It's the unpredictability of human connection that actually decides the winner. So what do you think? Can a relentless, structured strategy reliably manufacture a viral movement? Or is there some kind of magic element to winning that no playbook can ever capture?